Hey guys, welcome back to the Reed Homestead. Round 2 of the thunder ice storm here just south of Raleigh. It did just start freezing rain a little bit ago, about 15 minutes ago, and then it stopped. So they're calling for more freezing rain. I showed you on an earlier video some of the accumulation of frozen rain that we already had, ice build up on the bushes, on the trees. This is Corporal Corner's Frontier Skillet. And the reason I like this is because you really don't have to worry about the handle that much. If you're out camping, you just bring this and you can fashion your own handle out of a branch just by using your field knife, okay? So that's all you really need. It's obviously gotten some heavy use. Reason I like Sean is he shows you everything that he's doing. He's got a lot of great videos. He's been on YouTube for, what, Sean? Over 12 years doing this stuff, setting up camps, showing you how to tie different knots, how to set up tarps. He actually stays out there. He's one of the guys, he's not a former Marine, he's a Marine. So he's not one of these guys that go out, get camp set up, pretend to spend the night, go get sloshed, you know, and you can trust him. He's a pretty righteous dude. He's not gonna whine when you so part of what I do here is just trying to help people. I'm not trying to make money off anyone. So when I see a product that I like, I'll talk about it. Some people get really sensitive, think that technology that they own technology, they don't own any technology. Okay, so about 2 years ago, someone had said that pilot knives are some of the best knives that you can have, some of the best field knives that you can have. This is one of the original pilot knives. This is from the 1950s, estimated 1957, 1958. The reason you can tell is this thing actually screws off on the bottom. It's a full tang knife. You can see the screw right here. Okay, so that's one of the original pilot knives. The rest of them don't screw off like that. And you can't store things in the handle, but it is a full leather wrap. Some of you asked, you saw an earlier video where I was, putting tallow on my leather sheaths. You can put tallow or lard on anything leather, shoes, everything. It's good for all of that. It's basically animal fat. So leather is cowhide, typically cowhide. So you would put lard or tallow on leather and it soaks that fat right up, plumps that leather up, makes whatever leather that you're wearing form-fitting. So what I thought I'd do is I wanted to test this. I forgot I even had this. This is an alcohol lamp from the 1860s. It's from it's an 1860 Lighthouse. This is cotton. This is how it came. Let me show you. It's set up kind of like an alcohol stove, so this is not new technology here. Cooking with denatured alcohol has been around for a very long time, over 150 years. So you see these little holes right here around the rim. It's just like an alcohol stove. Okay, so what I might do is try to use that to heat up the greenhouse. If we lose power, we haven't lost power yet. I was wondering when I got this a couple years ago, you can see all the patina on this, it's pretty cool, but I was like, what the inside of the cap's are on. No, the inside of the cap is cork, so that's never going to ruin. All right, so what I thought I'd do is just kind of test this. I'm kind of into militaria, old military items and things like that. I have a World War II haversack, World War II wool jacket. Let's see if this works. So, I want to see. There it is. Okay. Both sides light up. I'm only going to need one side for this. So, you're asking about lard and tallow. So, okay, hang on one sec. When you're making ground beef for tacos or whatever, you know, manwich, that kind of thing, you're browning ground beef on the stove. You're going to strain it using a strainer, strain that fat into a container. Okay, that's tallow, beef tallow. Okay, you don't have to just use beef tallow from briskets and things. So that's how you get beef tallow. Lard is pork fat, bacon. So strain your bacon into a tin can or plastic, you know, whatever container, then you have lard. I cook with lard and tallow, so it's pretty cool. It's better than butter. So let's see if this works. Sean, where's your Frontier Skillet? That's not really coming through those holes too well. Let me see. I mean, it's hot. So if I put that on top, it's going to snuff out. So what we can do is just get a towel, whatever. What else do I have? Just get a towel. It is getting hot, but it's not getting hot enough. So, okay. Let's get the knife. Yeah, so Sean just kind of shows you how to do things, shows you how he's doing things. It's very helpful. So if you're into camping and stuff, Corporal's Corner, he's not overly protective about any technology that he comes up with. He's interested in promoting American businesses. So he's not really into farming out supplies from China. He's not as narcissistic to think that any technology belongs to himself. So it's kind of like me, I'm trying to help people here. So I'm not trying to make money off of anyone. Just trying to show you some different options. Okay, like making your own alcohol stove, kind of like this thing. I showed you in prior videos, the last 2 or 3 videos, I showed you how to make a alcohol stove out of a can. So here, I'll show you real quick. You can make your own alcohol stove out of a tin can. Just a soup can, a Campbell can, just by putting holes. I use a screw, just put a screw and a drill bit upside down so the pointy end is facing in. Okay, tighten that screw up into the drill bit, and then it goes through that can like nothing. You don't have to sit there and drill and wait. Okay, goes right in there. You want about 4 holes, 5 holes along the bottom and that first lip, and then a bunch of holes around the top. Okay, keep your denatured alcohol below this line so it doesn't leak. That's it. You can check out prior videos to see how that works. Works very well. So, this 1860s Lighthouse candle does work. Okay, now if you see, it's already hot. If you want to season one of Sean's pans, simple way to do it. Okay, so that snuffs right out. Once you take the oxygen away, put one of those caps on, just like the alcohol stove. So let's do this. Okay, here we go. This is just a tuna can. I use that for a base. I keep an extra cap in there just for insulation. We're going to take some clean burning denatured alcohol. Just throw that in to the bottom of that can. This creates like a little tub down here. It's going to contain that denatured alcohol. Okay. Move that to the side. Okay. I'm going to take a lighter. There. Now that's lit. Okay. You'll be able to see down below the jets coming in. That's heating the denatured alcohol up, causing it to vaporize. Once that is nice and heated, then you're going to be ready to cook on that. Okay? So, here you are. You got your Frontier skillet. You had cowboy skillets, Frontier skillets, just camp skillets. Now he's got some big boy skillets with the, okay, find the center of gravity. There you go. Okay, so now you could do an egg on that. You could do bacon. Remember, as you're cooking with something like this, take the pan off to flip your eggs or move your bacon or adjust your soup. And when you put it back on, find that center of gravity. Do not spill this. Okay, there you go. You're ready to cook. Don't touch it. When you're ready to flip your eggs, remove the pan, flip the egg, or move your bacon or your beef stew, whatever. Find that center of gravity. That's already hot. So you can hear that beef tallow. Is there any other kind? No, it's just beef. Okay, so you could use Angus beef, you could use regular beef, 80-20, that type of thing. Once you put, this is just a sauce can, so it fits over. Once you take the oxygen away, that flame goes out. Now, to season Sean's skillet, okay, yes, you can just cook bacon, which is lard. The fat becomes lard, but what you could do, that's hot. Okay, so what you could do, take the handle out, set it aside. If you don't even have to, like I said, if you're going out camping or whatever, you don't even have to bring a handle. So don't lose your handle about it, okay? And you could fashion a handle out of a stick or a branch that you find in the woods. Okay, so what you're going to do, throw that in the oven, set that. I usually use Convect 375. Just put that puppy on. Okay, so thought I'd just check in. Still haven't lost power yet. It is starting to accumulate. So this little lighthouse lamp has two sides. So I'm going to try to keep the garage where the plants are warm with this. Okay. Also got some other options that I went over in the last video with you. Okay. So now there is alcohol in here, so just remember that. Careful with that. You can always store that back in your can using a filter, a funnel rather. And just dump that right back in, saving your fluid. Then you, if you're cooking with denatured alcohol, which again is cleaner than propane, a lot of your indoor stoves are, gas stoves are propane. So denatured alcohol actually cooks cleaner than propane. So there's no noxious fumes, safe to use. Just be careful when you're cooking inside. Don't adjust anything while the pan is on the stove. I'm kind of worried that some of you guys might try to flip an egg while that pan is on the stove. Remove the pan, then flip your egg, put it back on. Okay, so this is a professional alcohol stove. Went over this in the last video. So, hi Sarah, how you doing? Okay. Let's take a look outside, see if we can get an update. Hang on one sec. All right. So it's not raining again. In the last video I did today, round 1, I knocked some of this off. So I just told you it was raining about 20 minutes ago. Look, it's already come back and frozen again. So that's going to be on your trees, on your roads. Right now we have no precipitation. Hi, Bo. How you doing? He's loving the ice and the sleet. He was running around doing laps in the yard. So, anyhow, last couple videos we've done showed you how to cook on an alcohol stove so you can save your propane for inside on your propane heaters, your propane stoves. So also showed you how to build your own alcohol stove and how to cook with an alcohol stove safely. Do not adjust anything while that pan is on the stove. Take the pan, remove the pot or whatever you're cooking, remove that from the stove, then make your adjustments. Find the center of gravity, carefully put it back on the stove and let it cook. Do not try to fiddle with anything while the pan and the pot are on the stove. Right, Bo? Isn't that right? Yes, that's right, Dad. All right, guys. So, round 2, Reed Homestead. I don't know how much rain we just got. It's kind of hard to tell, but this is all frozen. All of it. These are holly bushes, so they're going to recover just fine. Worried more about those big oaks, stuff like that. Not used to the kind of weight that it might have. So that's why they're saying widespread power outages. What we've tried to do is help you guys prepare just by using some survival techniques I learned in the military. Yes, I was some of you in my crowd know, I was a certified air traffic controller for about 10 years in the Air Force and then private industry. While I was in the Air Force, one of my secondary duties was search and rescue. So they wanted controllers that were familiar with aircraft routes, airway patterns, and things like that, communications. They wanted those guys to do search and rescue, so we have a familiarity with the air routes and how to communicate and things like that. So you would go out, you wouldn't go out for a night or two, it would be weeks out in the woods looking for pilots, looking for aircraft parts, seats, engines, parachutes. They wanted all that stuff. So you'd be out there probably 2 or 3 weeks at a time, and then you'd come back to base, have 3-4 days off, and you'd be right back out there. So you learned all the survival techniques, creating fire, cooking on fire, cooking with campfires, setting up tents, staying warm, treating injuries, in the worst, transporting an injured patient. Worst case scenario, search and recovery, you're looking for people that have passed on. Okay? So that's it. That's where the experience comes from. Not making anything up. So I don't really care. I'm trying to help you, kind of like Sean and others that show you different techniques. They're trying to help. So take it for what it is, man. You know, stay on the level and be honest. Try to help people. Be yourself. God bless, man. Rock and roll. Till later. Read, home, sit out.